what's up, guys? It's Matt, and
Hey guys, it's Colby.
welcome back to the podcast.
And
And
yep,
we have a
it's
special guest too, uh, Leticionna Snow.
yo, what's good? It's Leticionna Snow.
I hope I said your name right. I'm still trying to learn how to say
You're
it.
doing so great. I'm so proud. Like, no doubt. Everyone always massacres that name, so you slayed it. So I appreciate you.
I tried practicing. Alright, I tried practicing everyone's names, and sometimes they're difficult.
I don't blame you. That's a lot. That's a lot
Yeah,
of
also
pressure.
has a, he also has a speech impediment, so.
Hey, okay, I'm a retard. Okay, we get it. Okay,
You
we
got
get it.
this shit.
Jesus.
You got this shit.
All right. So, why don't you just introduce yourself to everyone who doesn't know who you are?
Yeah. So my name's Leticionna Snow. I have a very chaotic, adventurous life. I am from California. I used to just make song lyrics and kind of casually made beats in my 20s and played the spoons when I was homeless. I just
Yeah.
just kind of traveled and played music, and then I eventually ended up in Maine, and then I've just been trying to live a sophisticated life, but it's been not that, and I've been embracing the unknown, and it's been a good time.
Hey, hey. I mean, there's always a interesting story behind someone's journey when they're trying to chase their dreams. That's kind of what a lot of these people
Abs-
you talk about have.
Absolutely, big truth. That's why I've been really interested in people's biographies
But
and music biographies, because it's like, why did they start? And it's like the coolest origin stories. You get out of people. It's like they started at rock bottom, and they have gained themselves to the top. Sorry, there's police cars going by. I'm literally at the worst place possible for this, but we are making it.
no, you're fine. You're good. Yeah. So let's dive in a little bit about you and your career and what you've done so far. So
Yeah,
first off, we're gonna start with the meaning of your name. I know you already told me before we started going, but I need to know. Everyone should know the meaning behind your name.
yeah. So, my name's Leticionna Snow. My real name is Leticionna, and my mom, her name is Heidi, so she went really creative for my name, and I appreciate the fuck out of that. And so I've always told myself I'm gonna make something out of my name, and with the snow part, it's I used to work at Sierra at Tahoe in Lake Tahoe, California, and I used to be a snowboard instructor. I used to work for the snow lifts. I used to just help out on the mountain, and I used to just snowboard every single day. That was basically my job, was to just snowboard and get to places on the mountain, and that was the best experience. And I missed it a lot. And moving out here, I realized that the snow is not the same, and that's okay because I still just embrace the hell out of it. And with the music aspect of things, um, I used to have this friend. I still have this friend. I can't say I used to have this friend. She's still my friend to this day because we talk probably on a weekly basis. Um, but she was the one. I used to always just make lyrics, but she was the one that was like, "You should project these. You should sing these." When I was 15 years old, and we just eventually just started singing lyrics together. And her dad was a lawyer, and he had this huge studio. He had this actual mansion. I rolled up to her place thinking I met her at some random place, just we're just vibing, and her cell phone went off, and it was Avril Lavigne, and Boys Like Girls, that band
Hmm.
popped up, and she was like, "I'm going to this concert. Do you want to go with me?" And I was like, oh my god, I would love to go to that. And come to find out, like, her dad has like this mansion, this whole full blown like stage, guitar setup, and we just would just practice like random shit. Like we would go to like Warp Tour when we were like young, and we would just like practice like band status. And it was
Wow.
so fun. And we just like it was incredible. She had this like Ibanez like purple guitar. She would jam out on it, and I would just sing with her. It was like just like a really cool moment in my life, like being so young, like trying to just like find myself as like a musician.
Right.
And we just like would read like Star Wars books and just trying to find like lyrics out of them. It's just like so random and out of pocket, but we just like tried to do like random stuff to find like music. And we actually made like a donut box. We like duct taped it and we like graffiti all over it, and just like write like random lyrics down and just like pull lyrics out and like kind of like make random songs out of it. We were like 14 years old when we did that.
Wow.
Just like just like random shit just to like create music. I don't know. I used to play a lot of piano growing up. My brother, he would just like hear something like it would be like Aladdin from like Disney. You know what I mean? And he would just hear it and he would practice it and play it, and then he would teach me it. And that's just kind of like how my music theory like thrived.
Mm-hmm.
And then like in like elementary school, middle school, and high school, that's all I did was music theory. I did a lot of guitar classes. I suck at guitar. I cannot play guitar with my life. I've tried with string instruments. It's like my fingers. I have such small hands. I cannot play string instruments, but I still try. Like, this week I went to like Flask Lounge, and I tried to play like an acoustic Kid Cudi. He just came out with a song called Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
It came out like Friday, like last week, and I like practiced it. I played it like on Monday this week. It came out terrible, but you know what? I tried.
It's the thought that counts.
There's like an open mic night, and I was just like was so inspired by the song and the lyrics itself. Like I was like, you know, if even if it sounds bad, it's going to sound good, and it did. And everyone like touched with me after the show. Like that song was so beautiful. Like you did a good job. Like even though I did terrible, like I really like try to project the beauty of it. You know.
Mm.
Sorry, I've rambled
No,
hard right
you're
there.
good. You're good. You just basically answered like how your music, like how you started making music. So that's kind of got a question out of the way. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
actually kind of good. How it kind of just vibed into like what your naming of the name, your meaning of your name is, and then yeah, perfect.
Yeah, hell yeah,
That's
I
perfect.
appreciate that.
So,
Yeah, so I just like
huh?
I'm all about I'm just all about like snowboarding. I know like with snow, like everyone kind of thinks the other direction, but when it really comes down to it, I just love snowboarding. Like if I could snowboard every single day, I could.
I mean, you live in Maine, and we get a lot of snow, and it sucks big time. But hey,
Yeah, a lot of people hate it, but and that's like the one reason why I love Maine
mm,
is because the snow. And oh, I'm sad it's over, but it's weird because I never looked forward to like summer and stuff because I always lived in like California and summer was like its big staple. But this is the first year where like so excited for summer because it usually kicks in like the middle of June,
right.
like June 15th. Like the water's getting warm, the weather's getting warm, it's less rainy. It's nice. I can't wait.
Yeah. So summer's probably kind of one of my favorite seasons, I'd say, because like I actually get to do a lot of things that I like to do, like walking trails, doing all that.
There's so much to do here. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
crazy. It's
Really?
so
How
nice.
how how are you able to find places to do things? I've lived here all my life. It's hard.
Well, I mean, we live
You
in
know what?
Sanford, dude. She lives in what, Old Orchard?
I lived in Old Orchard for 5 to 6 years, and then I got into like this domestic violence program, And I've been in the shelter for like 150 days, and then I got into this new program, and it's in Sanford, which is nice. I don't mind Sanford at all because it's really close to the water. I used to live in Old Orchard Beach, and I missed the hell out of it because I just used to walk outside and go to the
And you're
beach.
like right at the beach and you just see the water. You're like, oh.
Oh man, it was so nice, especially with the kids. Like the kids, just like you just go. I used to go out there like 3 times a day, like just go out there for hours. It was so great. Living in Sanford is different, but I had this waterfall book. I used to do hospice care, so I used to work in this like 3-level medical building,
Mhm.
Yep.
and I used to take care of this guy. He was the he was the ex attorney general for New Jersey. So he was like a really higher up kind of guy, and I would just go in there and take care of him every day, just like kick the shit, bullshit with him. And I used to tell him, I was like, I just want to visit every waterfall in Maine, and that was like my goal. And one day I went in there and he brought to me a book, and it was like every waterfall in Maine you could hike to. So I still have that book. It's in my car, and every time I want to, like, I was like, I need to do something today, and I don't know what to do. I just open that book and go to the next waterfall that it recommends, and it's been like such a, like, I don't know, just like refreshing feeling. Just be like, okay, I could hike this today. I
Mhm.
could go see this. I've never seen this before. I could go see this today. Like it's like a really cool feeling to be like, okay, I have nothing to do, but I could go adventure and see something I have never seen before.
Oh yeah.
And it's a cool feeling.
Oh yeah.
But I love the hell out of that book, and I appreciate that book because it's like part of my journey. Like, he's been around like ever since bad things have happened in my life. I go to that man who's 85 years old, and I'd be like, "This is my life problem. This is what's going on," and he'd be like, "This is what you got to do. This is how you overcome it." And it's like I have this like lifetime friend who's been through like all these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Sorry.
You're good. No, you're leading questions into questions.
So you said you're a mother. So how do you balance being a mom and doing that music stuff?
It's kind of it's hard. It's very difficult because some days I'm like strictly like I'm a mom, I'm gonna just do mommy things. I'm gonna just focus on my kids. Then I have days like this where I'm like, all right, I have all this potential. I'm gonna be able to do this. I gotta invest in myself. I'm getting a business degree in college. I have
Oh,
high
there you
honors.
go.
I have the highest grade in college right now at my school,
Oh,
and
being a mom is crazy.
yeah, so I'm just
Don't know how
trying to
you
do
do
all these
that,
things. And I'm a single mom ever
which
since
is
November, which is like
which is
I
even
never
more
thought
shocking.
yeah, I never thought in a million years I would be a single mom on top of all these things, but I'm balancing it really well. And I have a lot of people. I don't have family out here, so all my family is in California. And so I
Yep.
have to really make do with my resources out here. It's not many. I don't have many resources. So like I went to this show on it was Monday this week at Flask Lounge. It was just like a like open mic night, right? And they do like open like mic ciphers and stuff. And it's my favorite place to perform in Portland, Maine. And I had to beg my old babysitter's son to babysit my kids in my car at the venue for like 20 minutes just so I could perform. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
it's like a huge reach, but I make it work. Like even though it's hard to find the time and find the right people to watch my kids to do these things, but eventually they do work out and they are great nights and they're great big moments, and it makes me so happy that they are like smooth. You know what I mean? Because it'd be
Yeah.
stressful if they weren't.
Right. So if you bear with me here, I gotta figure out something. Have you ever performed on a stage, right? Have you ever done that before?
Yeah, I've done it a few times. I think like the biggest one I did was last year. Um, it was like Flask Fest 8. It was a showcase, so there was like I don't know, like 15 plus artists showing on that one, which was nice. But my
There you go.
next big show is gonna be Storm Tour, and it's with Lebo, and he's gonna it's gonna be a really big performance, and it's gonna be in Brooklyn, New York. It's in August, and it's something I'm trying to get Tyler on to also because
You do well.
it's a huge tour. So they go from the States to Japan. I've been finding like a lot of cool resources. So that's like one cool resource is that tour is coming on. Another one is it's called College Directory. They have 40 different colleges in America that will play your music on their radio stations, and you get
That's
payouts for them.
that's sick.
And you get,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that's something I'm trying to get the Storm Tour. I'm trying to get them onto that. I'm trying to get Tyler onto that because if you get like there's royalties out there and you get paid royalties, and if you know how to get those royalties and you know how to get the payouts for them, you'll just succeed. And that's like part of my business degree I'm learning about is all these kind of things and how they work. And um I have a lot of family. I'm from California, so I have an uncle in LA who has a music label. I have a best friend who reached out to me like 3 weeks ago, and he was like, my brother, you know my brother Danny, right? And I was like, yeah, we're in the same grade, like we were really good homies. And he's like, he literally goes out, literally works for a label and picks people for label and brings them to label, and he does like EDM stuff. And I was like, that's crazy because I work with DJ Matt Perry who does EDM stuff, and one of my latest singles is EDM. And so as if I could continue that route, I could probably get signed with a label. So I'm just like right now I'm just enjoying the journey. And I found this Discord like 3 years ago. It's like, you know who Garden is? He's one of my favorite artists. It's like Garden. It's literally like that like sad boy radio kind of like
I'll give that shit out.
Shinigami and like Kavolk and stuff like that. Um but I've been in their Discord for like the last 3 years. And now that me and like the Discord server are like established, we're starting to get like artists in it, and we're starting to like make like a collaboration, and it's like getting really cool. And do you know who Shinigami is?
I don't know.
I
Matt
don't.
might
Oh
buy.
man.
No.
Oh, they're like such a great. So like that whole genre is just really cool. It's like kind of like that dark sad boy radio kind of like genre.
Mhm.
And so I'm getting into like that stuff. And I just got this beat tonight. Like I just bought this exclusive beat from Shinigami. And it's like one of like the artists that like influenced me the most because they just like hits all the feels. And so like me and like two other artists are gonna get on this beat and we're gonna make a really cool like song out of it. I'm really excited. But that was like a huge win for the day. Like I worked so hard for that win today.
My
So
work pays off.
Exactly.
it does. Um, but one of the coolest projects I'm working on right now, it's I made this song. It was like 2 days before my son was born. It was a very emotional song. I didn't think I would ever like produce it or make anything out of it. I went to a local artist studio. His name's Zine.
Mhm.
Um, he has this like studio out in Acton, Maine, and he's one of my favorite like artists in the 207 area.
Yep.
And he let me record at his studio, and it went really great. And then I found this one, like, he's like a German sound engineer. He's from Germany, and he's really dope. Because the song, it's like a Lund type beat, so it's like very high pitch and very low pitch. So like I have to find the right like sound engineer for it, and I finally found the guy for it. And I didn't know he was gonna be really good at what he did, but he did so fucking good at what he did, and I'm so excited. And I didn't know he was a sound engineer for, so like right now, one of the big artists right now is for Andy Darling. I don't know if you ever heard of her. But this sound engineer from Germany, he did this song for her like this week, and he did my song this week. And I was like, oh my god, like this is so perfect, because a lot of people are looking at Andy Darling, and he just mixed my song for me this week, and it's coming out May 30th, and I have like a lot of people from LA that are looking into this song, and they're gonna promote this song. They're gonna promote the fuck out of this song. I'm so excited because I got the exclusive beat. I did a pretty professional recording in Acton, Maine, and the people from LA that I have connections with, they said it's gonna project to 200,000 listeners to 80,000 or 800,000 listeners. So
Oh,
like
that's not bad. Holy
I'm
crap!
so excited to see where it goes. It's like
Right,
it's
I
like
would be too.
I planted like the seed of like music, and it's just kind of exciting to see where it goes with it, you know what I mean? And so his name is You Off Mixing, and he does like crazy stuff. Like he does stuff like he can make anybody sound like Little Peep. He can make anybody sound like Travis Scott. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
has like his sound, like his engineering skills are just like crazy. So I don't know. I invested a lot of money in this song. I hope it like pops off like it should. But it's called VHS, and
Okay.
it's just like my most like emotional song I've ever made. And I can't wait to see if it goes somewhere, because I originally wasn't gonna like put it out there, but because it was such like an emotional recording, I was like, it might go somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Yeah.
So back to the perform stage on the stage question.
Hmm.
Now that I got that out of the way, uh, I had it in my brain and it went away. Okay. What
You got this.
makes you calm your nerves and makes you like, you know, saying I can do this, and how can I continue to like stay on there even though everyone is looking at me?
I guess what it comes to is when I'm standing up there, I'm just like, how is this going to benefit everybody? How is this going to be a positive night for everybody?
Right,
Um,
right.
I guess like the most positive thing I could do is go up there and just sing my heart out and make a positive experience out of it, and make it a night for everyone to remember, because at the end of the day I'm an entertainer. I'm supposed to entertain
Right, right.
people.
I know what you meant. I
but
know what you meant.
also but also like, you know, even though I'm trying to entertain people, like with the way my style of music, I'm trying to make people feel a certain way. Like I'm trying to like project. I'm really projecting how I used to feel. Even if it was like 6 months ago, because a lot of my songs, like I'll like make them. It takes a while to produce, and then 6 months later, I'm like, I'm not this person anymore. But that's really crazy that I was this person. You know what I mean? And like a lot of my lyrics will project that. I guess that's all I have to say for that. That was a good question, though. That was solid.
I mean, the
Thank you,
majority
thank
of like the questions that we've had, like you've already answered them without us even
I know.
asking a single question, and I'm loving it because usually I have to sit there and ask everybody the question, but like we asked you one question and you're like, "Oh, this is how this happened. Oh, that's how it's perfect. Like it's really good."
Yes, I appreciate it.
So since
I
we,
guess like the biggest thing is I used to make music out in California. It was very mild. I used to play the spoons, make casual lyrics.
Which I
And
think
when
is
I moved
really
out,
cool. The spoon thing you said that's cool.
yeah. Oh my gosh, that was like the funnest. I still have some samples from then. And me and my friend will get on FaceTime. Like me and my friend from high school will get on FaceTime and be like, the Salmon Guy sample. I was like, I know we need to make a song about that. Because I started making a beat song and then I stopped. And I was like, why did I stop? Because it would have been so awesome.
I don't even know how you play on the spoons, but every time I see it, I'm like, how the fuck do you all
The
do that?
spoons is so fun. Yeah, it's just you when you watch like some like hippie do it and you're just like, wow, it's the most inspiring thing because it's such a cool beat. Like once you're able to like go with it, it's so fun. Um it's so cool. But yeah, so like in California, just play the spoons, casual guitar, casual piano, casually made lyrics, and then when I moved out to like East Coast, didn't do anything for a long time. And then one day I caught a podcast. It was called Logically Podcast. And they would it's so pretty much what you guys are doing. They started with like what you guys are doing. They would just kind of like podcast people that were local,
hmm.
and then they just got bigger and bigger. And then eventually, I just kept following them, and then they started making movies in Maine, and that's what the link I sent you this week was about because they made a movie in Maine. It was called Under the Hood, and
Yeah.
now they're making a new one called. Sorry, I'm gonna mess it up. Let me
You're all
look it
good.
up. Real quick. It's called Red Bank or Red Shore. I think it's called Red Shore, and they're doing a new movie called Red Shore, and I'm gonna be in it again. So I was in the last movie, and then I'm gonna try to be in this next movie. They're having another big extra scene. You guys should get on it. I swear, if you guys like videography and stuff like that, just contact CJ Howie. He's always doing that kind of stuff, and he's making like bigger projects all the time. Just check it out. I promise you guys won't regret it.
No,
They're great, awesome,
I hit him.
amazing
I hit him up
people.
asking if he would like
Oh
want to
hell
talk
yeah!
about like if he wanted to like sit down on the podcast at some point and talk about what he does, like how he got into it.
Yeah, that's a great
I think it'd be fuck.
idea. Hell
I think
yeah!
it'd be cool.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll reach out to him too and let him know that you're reaching out. Because sometimes it's hard, like on Instagram. Like sometimes when you reach out to people, it's like archives into like a different folder,
Yeah,
which
a
is
lot of people
awkward.
don't like. A lot of people
They
don't like
don't search
also go on there a
for
lot
that.
either.
Yeah, exactly. I have to
Yeah,
really like months later, I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I did not
that's
see
why
this.
I try to like stay on like the at least like the Chasing the Dream Instagram because I know I'll
Yeah.
have either like people either Tyler sends the link and they hit me up on there or like I have like people who like want to like be on it and I talk to Tyler and
Yeah.
I have to like make sure I'm always on it or I'm not gonna see it and I could miss the big opportunity of a lifetime
Yeah. Exactly, exactly.
and I don't want to
It'd be
miss
like that.
opportunities.
No, you don't. And that's how it'd be like. Like today, I would have missed that opportunity to get that exclusive beat from my favorite artist, but I didn't.
Mhm.
Oh, thank goodness. It really be like that though. You gotta be on your social media game these days,
Oh yeah.
or you're gonna miss out on opportunities. Just how it is.
But yeah, since we dived in a little bit of your music career, let's dive into how you transitioned from California to Maine. Cause on it,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you might have been in like the snow part of California, but like you definitely had to go through some type of like bullshit just to like come to Maine
Oh,
from
yeah.
California.
Big
You have
true.
stuff you had to move. Like, talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, definitely. So originally I was actually a military wife.
Oh no shit.
Um, I so out of high school, I wanted to be like a punk rock star, obviously.
Which is seems
But
like it's
I
working.
actually, I found I actually married into a military lifestyle, and it went terribly. I think I made it last for like 6 years, and then I just went downhill. I was abused in that relationship. I was abused in a lot of my relationships. It wasn't per se by my ex-husband, it was by his sister-in-law.
Mm.
Um, I was very abused by his family, and so eventually I was just like, this isn't for me, and we're out in the East Coast, and I was just, instead of me, forcing me and my family back out to West Coast, I was like, we'll make it work out here in the East Coast.
Mm.
And I did that, and then I got into another relationship, made it last for like 6 years, and then was another domestic violence situation. And then I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I went into this domestic violence program, and I was in it for 150 days. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about like healthy love, and I got this 3-bedroom apartment. I was homeless. This is gonna be all sporadic. This is sporadic. This
Hey,
is
it
me
answers half
talking
the questions. That's
sporadically.
fine. It narrows
Um,
down a lot of
I
questions for us.
actually, I actually went homeless June 2024, and it was because my landlord sold my building in Old Orchard Beach, and then the next day my new landlord came to me and was like, "We're not renewing your lease next month." I was like, "What?" Like,
All right.
how can you do that? And they can do that legally, and it's gross, and a lot of
It's
people do
annoying.
that in Maine.
Yeah.
And it's so like they'll pick whoever's like lease is up the earliest, they'll kick out first. So that was me and my 2 kids at the time. And I didn't know I was pregnant at the time. And then the day I moved out, and the day like after I moved out, I found out I was pregnant, and I was like, "Oh no. Like I'm homeless, I'm pregnant, and I'm going through all these crazy things." And so I did that for a long time, and what originally got me into music was because of Jordan's. I don't Do you know Jordan?
Yeah, we had an interview with Jordan.
JRDN.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay. So he had a performance October 2023. It was Fright Night with Jugsta and all of them in the zine. They had like a big performance in Acton, Maine, and Jordan was smashing a guitar on a boulder. It was the most inspiring thing I ever seen in my life. It was the coolest shit. And I saw that concert. I saw Broadwing there. I saw that concert got shut down pretty early because it rained that night, and the speakers were getting rained on, so they had to like, close it down early. But the performers that did play, it was Jordan and Azine. It was like a short amount of performers.
Mm.
But it was really inspiring. I snuck out that night because at the time my boyfriend was a loser, and he wasn't doing so hot with his emotions, and I was like, what, I'm just gonna go out and watch some music, and I haven't seen like a concert in like 4 years, and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna get out and see like a local scene. And it was the coolest local scene I ever seen. It was like so cool. Just like it was a whole vibe. Like just And Jordan really made it a vibe because he was literally smashing his guitar on
Can't believe
boulders.
he did
That is
that.
a,
I can't believe
a
he
very
did
big
that.
vibe.
Dude, I should have asked him
It was
about. If I knew, I should have asked him that podcast. Be like, "Yo, I heard you smash a guitar in a boulder. Tell me about it."
it was and you know what, he didn't, it wasn't like a real quick thing. He was smashing it
All I have to say is,
for a
Jordan,
while.
if you're listening to this episode, dude, we gotta talk about that next time you have you on the podcast, dude. That'd be an interesting
Exactly.
story. I need to hear about this. I want to know what was going on in your head.
For real. But that was the most inspiring thing I've
Just
ever
break
seen. That's
shit.
what
That's
made
the
me
word you
get
got.
into music in 207 was because I saw him smashing that. You know?
Jesus Christ, dude.
So that was so fucking cool. And then after that, after Fright Night, fast forward to a couple months later, it was like December. It was like right before like New Year's 2024. Um, and Jordan was like, "Come to my show." And I was like, "All right, bet. Like your last show was dope because you were smashing your guitar on a boulder." And I met Tyler at that show,
Mm.
and Tyler
Gotcha.
performed at that show, and it was so sick.
Shout
And I
out to
got some
Tyler.
like good like videography and good photography of him performing because I was like, "Whoa, this guy's really awesome." And then I just, throughout my music journey, Tyler has always been there and was like, "Here, you should do this," or "Here, take this equipment. This will help you." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's just always been super
He's
helpful,
a very helpful
like
guy
a
for sure.
yeah,
Oh, for
genuine
sure.
human, yeah, a genuine human being who's trying to like help others and uplift
Yeah,
others.
I love how almost
So
every podcast that I've had with everybody that Tyler's booked me, we've always shout out Tyler the whole time. So I'm gonna shout out him again.
fuck
So
yeah,
Literally,
shout out to
shout
Tyler,
out Tyler.
aka Hypno World,
he's gonna text us tomorrow after whenever this
dude.
goes
Absolutely.
up.
Like
He's gonna text
we
and be
always
like, "I
talk
love how
about
you're
Tyler, dude. Like we always talk about him the whole time because we just talk about how much like a good guy he is and like how he does so much for others and other people just give him shit and take him down
He
and
needs good.
I know,
and it's
He needs
right?
sad.
good things
I
going on.
hate seeing it. I really do. And and I've said this multiple
Absolutely.
times. Like he's like my big brother. Like I hate seeing it.
Older than both of us, so yeah.
Yeah, I hate
He's
seeing it.
such a great guy. So I'm sitting in my car right now. He has this like, so he put stickers all in my car. A lot of them like peeled off because they weren't like great stickers, but the one that
Right.
stayed on was the Sweetwater sticker.
There
So
you
like
go.
where he sits in my car, it's like the Sweetwater sticker right there. And every time I see it, I'm like, Tyler, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
a good guy, man. I hate when people fuck him
Absolutely.
up. I hate it.
I
I
know.
hate
He's such
it.
a great person. Yeah, I think everyone just he's just like he's a great artist. He's
Oh yeah.
underestimated.
Oh yeah.
He's in it
We
for
have
the
a
right
segment every
reason.
time for
I
him.
know we always
Like
have a
almost every
segment for
time now.
Tyler every time, dude. It's awesome.
He's gonna get famous just off of us. Well, no,
I
I'm
think
kidding.
too.
He posts some killer shit.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I love his music.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that was like
Me
one of the
too.
first things that inspired me was his music. Like I love his song Squeegee.
hmm I
That
told him
song is so fucking sick.
that I like No Holds Bars.
Oh yeah, that's
That
a
one
great
was a
one.
fire
That
song.
one
And
too.
Consequences with King is really
Consequences is
good.
good. Yeah, I love Consequences.
Absolutely. Yeah,
He's
100%.
got some bangers. Shout out to Hypno World.
And 3 a.m.
Yeah,
3
man. Oh
a.m. is
yeah.
one of my favorite
I
ones. I
like
could
Dead at
literally listen
17.
to that. Yep.
Dead
Oh
at
my gosh,
17.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That one hits hard.
Yeah, shout out to Hypno for sure.
Hell yeah.
Getting a segment in all my podcast episodes. What do you know?
Literally.
What do you know,
Good.
Tyler?
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean,
He deserves it.
he's been
He
on this
set this up.
podcast
This is his fault.
3
No, I'm kidding.
times. 3 times he's been on
Absolutely.
here and trying to get other people to try to see if they can beat Tyler because right now he's at 3. I have another guy who's been on here twice. So Tyler is ahead in the game. So I gotta
Oh,
see who else wants to try to beat Tyler. He's at number 3. He's gonna be on 4 soon. So
Yo,
oh hell yeah.
he'll be on number 4 with Menace, which is gonna be crazy.
Hey.
That's gonna be a crazy episode.
Yeah, I can't wait to catch that podcast because I've heard a lot of things.
Oh yeah,
Been up
I'm
and down.
excited. That's a little teaser for everybody out there.
oh for sure.
I can't wait to
But it's gonna be a good. That's gonna be a good podcast. I'm excited for it.
absolutely.
I'm
The
super
lore
excited.
is deep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So-
But yeah, I've just been yeah, just I made like a little bit of music out in California.
I was just
and
about
then
to ask
now
that
I'm
question
kind of
too.
like yeah, now I'm just kind of like diving into like the real journey out here is like where it's really getting interesting is I've been really collaborating with really great producers. Um, Me being this garden server, he's like one of my favorite artists. I've like just look up to him completely. And so like me and a bunch of other artists that are inspired by him are making music together,
Mm.
and we're just like collaborating. I think we're making a subgenre. I think if we're going like this one person, he does like a lot of stuff for like promoting music. He's like, I want you to do dark pop. I want you to dive into dark pop. I want you to I want you to just familiarize yourself with that genre. So I'm like, okay. So now I'm just diving into dark pop. I used to just do a lot of hip hop and rap ciphers with Flask Lounge. I did that with like Money of the Mines, and then I kind of started diving into like lo-fi emo, kind of like little peep type music, and then now I'm diving into dark pop, which is more like uppity. I would say like uppity little peep music in a way.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what was it like being out in California? I'm sure it was probably crazy as hell.
Oh man, it was a fucking dream. Um, me and my friend, she was like my ride or die. She was my passenger princess. So we would just like make music and travel together. We eventually just we didn't go to high school. We
Damn.
went to we like were sorry, homeschooled. So we would travel everywhere for like a week, and we'd have to go back to our hometown like on a certain day. So we would do that, but we would just like travel throughout the week, go on like a music adventure, and just kind of like find our way and then come back home. It was just
The
kind of how
Avengers
we
equivalent of
lived our senior year. But it was great. We just traveled. I had a car, a license, and a dream just to like casually make music and meet people, and it was really one of the best experiences in my life was
Yeah.
to do it with my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were some of the things that you actually like to do out there, like out in California when you were out there? I'm sure there's a lot.
Oh, snowboarding. 100%. Snowboarding was the best because I lived close to Lake Tahoe and
As
I
I say,
eventually
you
lived
might
in
want
Lake
to say
Tahoe.
about snowboarding. It's a little different. You might because people not gonna know that there's snow in some parts of California and
Yeah,
the sunny side and
so I lived in Northern California. So I lived in the Sierra Nevadas, and I eventually lived in Lake Tahoe, and that was the best. I used to party with Shaun White.
no shit.
Like no doubt, like, and I had the mountain life. I used to work on the mountains, and it was the best experience just to be a part of that. Like just to
Hmm.
shred the gnar and shred it up, and just meet really cool people, and just be able to just be free like that.
How do you feel about that the California fire that happened not that long ago? How'd you feel about that when you heard
Oh
about it?
man,
Since California is
so
kind of your home state.
yeah, so for me, that fire was so the LA fire hit close to home because my family was evacuated.
Hmm.
So I have cousins that live down there. I have aunts and uncles that live down there, and they're completely evacuated. And it's hard to see my family go through that because I'm in such a safe place, and I
Right.
always preach like, let's move to Maine. Like, why are you out there in 115-degree weather, like in a matchbox? Like, it just, it breaks my heart. And I lived there for so long,
Hmm.
and when you live in a certain place, you can't move out of it. Like that's your home.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it breaks my heart because a lot of my family was misplaced for a long time,
Hmm.
and now they're getting back into it. So my uncle and my cousins, they were evacuated, and now this like last like 2 weeks they're able to go back into their home.
Wow,
Just because of everything that was going on.
it's freaking
It's just
insane.
sad. Yeah,
Like I heard
for
about a
real,
whole
for
bunch of
real.
that. Like it was just a sad sight to
But
see.
yeah, but the craziest thing is it's all preventable, but because LA, they have a lot of invasive species of plants. So they have like palm trees, they have plants that aren't like desert-based plants,
Hmm.
and it just catches up like it's just like a matchbox. But if they had like the plants that are like for that kind of landscape, they'd be better off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just how like the lifestyle is, especially being in LA, like you gotta have palm trees, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Just it was just crazy. I didn't think something like that would ever happen ever.
No, yeah. And it's kinda like with the Hawaii thing. Once it's on fire, it's just like with the Hawaii thing, it was like all palm like was it pineapple farms, you know what
Hmm.
I mean? They just lit up.
Yeah.
And when you have like high winds like the San Andreas for LA, like the San Andreas winds just make it just light up so much faster. It's sad.
Oh yeah.
The wind really makes a difference.
Well, you're in Maine now. You've been in it
I am
for
Maine. I feel
a
safe.
while.
Yeah, I feel safe in Maine.
Um,
Um,
but
yeah,
how has it been like?
100%.
Like how have you been liking Maine since you've been here?
I absolutely love it, and I wish I could live here forever. I love it here so much. I think I love it here so much because I love the fact that it's like there's so many trails, there's so many like so much wilderness, there's so much like beach. Like I found like an ocean cave last week. I just like randomly just stumbled upon an ocean cave. It was
Hmm.
like the coolest thing ever. Um but just I love the hiking here. It's just you never know what you'll find. And like last year we had like the 100% like total solar eclipse.
Hmm.
That was the best experience in my life I've ever had.
You also want to forget
Like
about the
just
Northern Lights too, because we had those not that long ago as well.
oh man, I need to catch the so I can't catch so the only time I caught the Northern Lights was at my college. It's the Central Maine College in sorry, in Auburn, Maine.
Hmm.
But the only time I ever caught those the those Northern Lights was there, but I had to put my phone on like a certain setting to see them. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like actually I had like Northern Light experience. I would want to see the Northern Lights so bad. I think that'd be such a cool experience. Um, but I did see the total eclipse, and just to see that alone was like the feeling, and it's just like the whole world went dark and cold, and it was like the coolest experience to experience. And it only lasts for like 2 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if anybody was to experience anything in their life, the 100% eclipse is the thing to experience. Like, you'll just never experience anything like it. And I was lucky to experience the way I did because I worked at a medical job. They had a newspaper clipping, and it was like, "This is where you need to go at this time." And I was like, "All and so I worked like a 16-hour shift. It was like 9 in the morning. I drove like 3 hours to like Rangeley Lake, took my kids. It was the best fucking time of my life. Um,
Okay.
but it's something I'd recommend anyone in this lifetime. Like, if you could see 100% eclipse, like, fucking do it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
don't hesitate. Fucking drive the 6 to fucking 8 hours. Who cares? It's gonna be worth it.
Oh yeah. So we're getting at the end of the pod. So the last three questions I always throw in together. And
Mm-hmm.
you can answer them in any order you would want. Um, so question one is, how do you deal with the hate? Question two is, if you had any positive thing to say to your fans, what would it be? And then, what is the future like for you?
I like those questions. I guess how to deal with the hate. That's a hard question because I'm a very sensitive person,
Mm.
and I found out I just had haters. That's a hard pill to swallow.
Well, if you're just finding out you have haters, leave them alone. They'll get over themselves.
Yeah, pretty much just gotta move
Still
on from
views though.
that. But wish them the best.
You gotta think about it. They're still giving you views.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then for my fans, I fucking love you and I appreciate the fuck out of you. And I hope I can make you proud one day. I hope I can succeed in those missions. And then for the third question, I don't remember, so you have to repeat it.
It was what was what's the future gonna be like for you?
I guess the future for me, I guess one of my biggest goals, it sounds lame, but Lady Gaga is one of my biggest influences. I don't know
Mm.
what it is about that woman, but like she's like literally started from zero and is like at the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but like everyone has told me entire life that I look like her and that I could, one day be like that. And I believe in that. I know
Mm.
that sounds so dumb, but
Well, I mean, it's kind of something for you to like work towards too, if you really think about it. Like
yeah,
they're telling you,
For
oh,
sure.
oh, you'll like this person. Like, oh, if I'm like that person, then you're gonna
yeah,
work your ass off just to get to that point where you want to be like them. So I kind of see it as a
yeah.
smart way of making yourself like push harder to your goal and to your dream.
Exactly. And one thing is what I've been saying is like the meme is she had $2 in her bank account. She had a wig and a pair of sunglasses and the voice of an angel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I have those things, damn it, and I'm gonna make myself a thing. I'm gonna chase that dream because
Sure.
I think I have something. I've been working like my best friend from high school, she's just like, you've always wanted this since you were like 12. Like you've always sang, you've always wrote lyrics. You haven't been able to pursue it because life has been really terrible for you. But all those life experiences are going to make you who you're supposed to be. And I'm like, you're absolutely right about that. And I'm just going to get there. And one day, you know, it's just one day, and I just gotta and if I don't, like, go for it, it's never gonna happen, you
Right.
know what I mean? You gotta go for it, and that's when things are gonna work out 100%.
Yeah. Especially pushing yourself to that limit too. There's sometimes you have to push that limit, and there's some things too you also have to like give up just to do what you want to do.
Step back a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys talking with me. I know,
I got you.
um
We got
No,
you.
you're good. I know you're gonna say I ramble too much. No, you literally answered questions that we didn't even have to ask. Like you just
Yeah,
you
literally.
went
Like, we
and
literally
went
just
in, and we're like, oh, we have a few
that's
questions left
okay.
now. I'm like,
Hey,
beautiful,
hell
it's
yeah.
perfect.
like
We're
we have a few
vibing. I
questions we
appreciate
gotta ask.
the fuck out of that.
But no, where can they find you at if they want to hear your music and whatnot?
Yeah, so it's hard to find my music, but if you type in like lifted snow in Spotify, you'll find me. But my artist name is Leticionna Snow. It's just hard to spell that, so I always tell people lifted snow.
It works, it works.
Yeah.
Yep,
But no,
for real.
all your links will be in the description for your Spotify, whatever,
Oh, I
Instagram,
really
whatever you
appreciate
got.
that. And I'll promote you guys up because I appreciate the fuck out of this. And yeah, you guys deserve all the good things coming to you. I appreciate
Thank you,
you.
thank you. You the
Yeah, thank
same.
you.
Yeah. You guys have a beautiful night.
You as well. And also, send me just a random song that I can download that I can put at the end of the pod so they can listen to it.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
I'm trying to do that to every
Hell
artist that I have that makes music, that I make sure that they get like a piece of their song or like a sample of their song or a full song in the pod
yeah.
so they
Can it be a song that hasn't been released yet?
that is up to you if you want to do that.
Yeah,
cool. Oh yeah. So
You can
I have
you
a
can
song
pick
coming out.
you can pick your
Yeah.
hit, you can pick a song that you want to promote the most, you want to pick a song that's unreleased to get them excited for your next like
Yay.
project, like it's all up
Oh
to you.
hell yeah.
All on you.
So yeah, I have this song coming out May 30th. The LA curators are gonna make it so it blows up like 200,000 to 800,000 listeners. It's gonna be called VHS, and it's a song about like a woman after domestic violence, like how she
Oh,
perceives
that's
it.
gotta be her.
Yeah,
That's gonna be heard for sure. Like that's like you probably don't even have to promote it. Like I'm sure that's gonna be like booming.
I'm so excited for this project. I worked so
You
hard
got
for
that.
this
You
project.
got
It's
that.
gonna be my biggest project yet, and I invested a lot of time and effort into it. So I appreciate you guys talking about it. Hell yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
But no, definitely we'll have
I
to
know you
have you
guys
on
have
again too when that song comes out and
yeah.
see how things are going for you then.
I appreciate that. Mutual peace and love. I know you have work in the morning. I know it's early,
Oh, I
so
got the day off. This
Yeah,
guy does though.
he's got the day off. I gotta wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm fucking pissed about it.
yeah.
I got Wednesdays and Saturdays off, so I'm gonna sleep like a baby for half the day.
Must be
Hey,
nice.
there you go.
It's
Enjoy
okay,
it.
Matt. I'll come over and annoy you after work. It's fine.
That's fine. But yeah. So yeah, guys, I want to
Yes,
thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Follow us on all our platforms. All our links will be in the description. Her links will be in the description as well. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Mutual
Deuces.
peace and love. Take it easy.
I picture you standing next to me. It seems like forever. I saw the way you looked at me. Now we're done for. I hope we can make it through this here. Your keys at my door. It's in my mind. Can't rewind time like a VHS. Everything expires and need to keep the light on. Will you come back? I hope you come back. Don't give up now, we need you. I thought we had it all, you threw away the key. We had it all figured out. Why'd you abandon us? We love you. Just want you to smile again and wonder if it will be with me. I'm trying to fix our promise ring. Every minute without you takes my breath away, far away. Need you to stay, and I want to lift you up. Don't want to forget this. The way you smile at me, or make me laugh when I'm sad. They're brainwashing me, and I'm losing myself. You are my everything. How did I get on this timeline? Wish I never opened that door. Look where we are. I can't do this without you, without you. The day is coming, our baby will be here, and I can't do this without you. Wish we could talk, miss you so